Am I wrong for expecting my brother to uninvite my soon-to-be ex-husband and my friends from his wedding? My 34 female brother, 31 male, is getting married in a month. My brother is not friends with my friends, but he knows them by association and gets along with them, and he's invited them to his wedding. My soon-to-be ex is also invited. He was invited anyway before I found out certain stuff. My husband and I have known each other since high school, and we share the same friend group. His friends are my friends and vice versa. Recently, I found out that my husband has been cheating on me for 4 months with another woman, and all of our friends have been covering for him. They all knew and enabled him. I immediately filed for divorce. Oh my god, what shitty-ass friends. I came clean to my family about it a few days after I found out. They were all shocked and angry. My dad was more focused on my husband cheating, but my mom was more focused on our friends covering for him. My brother was also upset because he was close to my husband. My husband has left home and he's living with his sister for now. Yesterday, the topic of my brother's wedding came up and he was talking about the seating arrangements with me and my parents. He asked me if I would be comfortable to be seated next to my husband and our friends. I looked at him in disbelief and told him he shouldn't even be asking that question. I'm also upset that he's inviting them after all, especially my friends, since they're not his friends at all and he just knows them by association. Yeah, what the hell? That's shady. That's fucked up. What is your brother doing? He said it would be mean if he invited all of them just 1 month before the wedding and said that he understands why I feel uncomfortable, but he doesn't want to be mean. Fool, you are 31. These people screwed your sister. She's getting divorced from her husband because they covered his cheating ass, and you don't want to be mean? They weren't considering your feelings nor your sister's feelings when they were covering for her cheating ass husband. Like, you have no obligation to be nice to any of these people. I reminded him how my husband cheated on me and I got lied on by all my friends who were enabling him. He says he's very aware, but I should not insist on him uninviting them because it's his wedding and he makes the rules. Oh my god, not with this bullshit. I dropped it and didn't continue the conversation, but it got me thinking, am I the asshole for expecting my cheating husband and the friends who covered for him to get uninvited for my brother's wedding? I want to highlight that the whole cheating issue is fresh. It's barely been a month since I found out. Your brother's fucked up. Am I wrong for refusing to pay my sister's bill and giving her information to the restaurant after she ditched me? This happened last night. My sister and her boyfriend recently moved to a town next to mine. I was excited as we'll be able to see more of each other now. Nearby, there's a downtown center that has a lot of shopping, restaurants, galleries, etc. There is one upscale restaurant that both my husband and I love. A dinner for two will run you about $200 to $250, so it's not a place we frequently go to. My sister called me last week and invited us out to dinner with them at the restaurant last night. I reminded her it was an upscale place and to take a look at the menu beforehand because they are pricey and we can go somewhere else, tons of other great places to choose from. She said they still wanted to go. We hadn't been there in a while, so we accepted. Dinner was great. At the end of the meal, my sister excuses herself to the bathroom, and when she doesn't come back relatively soon, her boyfriend goes to find her. After a while, neither of them comes back. We go to check for them and they're gone. I call and text her and she texts me back saying that they've left, but thanks for dinner. It was just as amazing as you said it would be. I asked her what she meant, but no response. I texted again asking if she really just stuck us with the bill and no response. I then texted that I never agreed to pay for them and that she had 30 minutes to come back to the restaurant, or I'll give the restaurant all her information and they will likely involve the police. No response. At the 30-minute mark, I called and texted and got no response. So I stayed true to my word. I paid for mine and my husband's portion and gave all her information to the manager for their portion and then left. The next day, she called me back upset that she's been getting calls from the restaurant asking her to come pay or they'll contact the police. No shit, Sherlock. I said I'm not surprised since she skipped out on her bill. She said she thought I was paying the tab since I paid for our dinners in the past. I have paid for her and me only, and dinners where the total tab was $60 max. I said this was obviously different than all the other times we met for dinner. This was all four of us and at an upscale restaurant, and I was not paying the $450 tab and she had to cover her portion. I reminded her that she invited us out and chose the restaurant. I specifically asked if she wanted to go somewhere else, but she is the one who insisted on going to this restaurant. She then said she thought I just paid, but when I asked the waiter for separate checks, she realized I wasn't and left for the bathroom planning to ditch. I said that since the restaurant hadn't contacted the police yet, all she had to do was go in and pay and it would be settled. She didn't want to do that because it would be too embarrassing and asked me to cover it. I again said no and that she had to take care of it herself. Clearly, I will not be paying for anything ever again. Our family has now gotten involved and I am being pressured to just pay the bill. So, am I wrong if I don't and let the restaurant call the police? Oh my gosh. Yo, there's also an edit on here showing that the sister is in her mid-30s, so it's not like she's a teenager who can't pay for her stuff. This girl is a grown adult. Am I wrong for telling my girlfriend to cover up her body when strangers enter the home? Oh, you are treading on thin ice, my friend. Here we go. This is the first sentence. I am fully aware that the title sounds sexist, but hear me out, please. My girlfriend comes from a wealthy background and grew up with maids, chefs, chauffeurs, etc. I was raised in a completely opposite environment and still adjusting to dating someone like her. When we're not with her parents, we spend a lot of time at one of her apartments. Here's the issue. My girlfriend likes to walk around home barely wearing anything, which is fine, awesome even, but she does this even when the help are around. For example, last month, her family hired a new driver for her. He stopped by the apartment to introduce himself, and she was only wearing her underwear. Keep in mind, this is the first time they've ever met in person. I felt awkward, he was visibly awkward, and she didn't give a shit at all. She was casually chatting to him while scrolling away on her phone. She does this all the time. She doesn't think she needs to wear any decent amount of clothes at all when people that work for her are around. She will casually walk around wearing just a thong or a tiny crop top. Just a crop top, nothing else. Okay, see, you saved yourself. The title was a little fishy, but now I understand your concern. She even does this with complete strangers. One time, she opened the door for the delivery guy wearing only a see-through gown. You could see everything. Afterwards, I talked to her about it, and she was utterly confused as to why I felt uncomfortable. Then she laughed and told me to stop being jealous, baby. She even said that I'm unreasonable. We had another discussion about this yesterday, and I told her that she probably wouldn't feel comfortable if I did the same. She said that she doesn't understand why I care what her staff think and that it never even crossed her mind that this is inappropriate. She told me that she only does this in the comfort of her home and not in front of actual people. An example, people that don't work for her. She got kind of mad at me and vented to her friends. According to all of them, I'm weird for having a problem with this, and I'm an asshole for telling my girlfriend to cover up. Somehow, I'm the villain of the story. So, am I really the asshole here? Tomorrow, my boyfriend is going to ask me to marry him, and I'm going to say no. I feel like if I don't tell someone, even strangers, I'll explode. The ache in my heart is only getting worse, and I don't know what I can do to change how I feel. If I had one wish right now, it would be to somehow magically change how I feel. A week ago, I found the ring. He knew exactly what ring to buy. A girl can't ask for a more beautiful ring. It's been in his family for years. He also got a backup ring. I also know he asked my dad's permission and that my dad gave it to him despite us both being young. My family has always loved him so much. I think they'll feel equally awful after tomorrow. I wish I didn't find the ring. Maybe if I didn't have the time to think about it, I would have said yes. But that's not fair to either of us. I'll miss him. I'll miss his scent, his hugs, his laugh. The way he doesn't make me feel dumb when I tell him I don't know something. He'll just explain it to me. No judgment. I'll miss the chemistry we have, how even after years of being together, we still want each other just as much. I won't miss the jealousy, the possessiveness, and the way he feels like he owns me. When we first got together, I thought I could live with his flaws. After all, I wasn't perfect too. But when I saw the ring, I knew I couldn't. I want to be able to have friends, even if they are of the opposite gender. I want to talk to my coworkers without someone feeling jealous or threatened. I want to sometimes have a girl's night. I want a relationship where my partner doesn't act possessive in the name of being protective. I want someone who won't scream at me, asking me to get in the car and leave with him just because a male friend asked me to hang out. I get why he does it. I understand him. He's insecure and I get that. He wants to protect me, but what he doesn't understand is that he's hurting me trying to do this. I can't constantly fight and defend myself. That's not the life I see myself having. I feel like he doesn't even trust me even after years of being nothing but loyal. I feel selfish. I promised him I would never leave him. I promised him I'd stay and love him forever. I promised we'd grow old together, start a family together. He's even trying to be better for me. But it just wouldn't be fair to him to have a wife who, even if only for a few moments, resents him. I hope he wants to continue our relationship even though I'll say no. I want to keep all my promises, just not now with the way we are. I feel like I'm drowning. I don't want to hurt him. I don't want to disappoint everyone I know. I hope I wake up tomorrow and magically change my mind. Oh shit. Good luck. That's all I got.